Hello class. The topic for the next class's open discussion is global warming. In our current world, CO2 emissions and the effect CO2 has on rising the global temperatures is the most highly discussed way in which humanity is impacting our environment. And in many democracies around the world, different levels of government intervention have taken place to limit the human impact on the environment. One of the largest of such actions is the Kyoto Protocol, of which over 180 nations of the world have joined. The Kyoto Protocol's goal is to reduce greenhouse gases by placing strict limits on the nation's emissions. The U.S. government, having not agreed to the Kyoto Protocol, has taken arguably the least amount of action among world leaders. So, should governments, mainly our government, take action to limit the human impact on the environment? The main ways in which the world's democracies, including the U.S., have come up with to limit the human impact on the environment are raising taxes, cap and trade, and implementing regulations. However, the big question becomes, do any of these strategies accomplish enough to justify the negative effects that come from their use? The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, predicts around 23 inches in sea level rise and anywhere from about 1 degree to upwards of 7 degrees of temperature rise over the next 100 years. According to some scientists, if every major democracy in the world, including the U.S., took part in the Kyoto Protocol throughout the next century, the results would not be worth the cost. If this scenario were to play out, by the end of the century, the world would have postponed global warming's progress by 6 years. Is that worth the $180 billion annually that Kyoto costs? There are ways to combat global warming using current technology. However, usually not talked about, geoengineering solutions which aim at reducing the amount of heat reflected off the Earth's surface and subsequently offsetting the effect of global warming due to CO2. This short-term and more cost-efficient solution could buy time for the evolution of technology and the movement of our society away from energy that has harmful emissions. The money spent to lower emissions could be spent on research to find new environmentally friendly technologies rather than limiting our old way of doing things. Given what I've already mentioned and any other information relevant to this topic, your goal is to determine how serious this issue is and what we should do about it.